This is America's one and only Jewish Moments in the Morning radio program, heard on listeners-sponsored digital radio. Around the world, the web at NachumSegal.com, on the Nachum Segal Network, and, of course, on the beloved NSN app. Well, as I said earlier, I am proud to kick off our Elul Chesed Campaign, even though it's a week before Elul, with our friends from Sderot, because our friends from Sderot have a campaign that you need to be aware of, or we're going to be talking about between now and Simchat Torah. They've named it. They actually, when you go to the Friends of Sderot website, you'll see the title, Join the Dance, be a part of Sderot's Simchat Torah, our response to October 7th. And I was in Sderot right after October 7th and saw what happened there and got the whole description of what that day was like and what the aftermath has been like since then. And this is one unbelievably resilient community. If you talk about investing in a community, in a yeshiva, that is going to just move forward and be an absolute beacon of light for everybody living in the city, this is the place. And many of you have been there, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Join the dance. Be a part of Sderot Simchat Torah. Their response to October the 7th, you go to friendsofsderot.org. It's S-D-E-R-O-T, S-D-E-R-O-T, friendsofsderot.org, and you will see it as soon as you get to the page. You'll see the campaign front and center. And they've already had some success. It's amazing. For us, this is the kickoff, but for them, they've already kicked it off. They've already had some success. They've raised like almost 40% of their goal. And hopefully this audience will respond and allow Rabbi and Rabbanit Fendel to just continue to move forward with great support and great encouragement. Simple as that. And this will be part of our Elul Chesed campaign page, NachumSegal.com/Chesed. NachumSegal.com/Chesed. Rav Duvid Fendel and Rabbanit Mechi Fendel are with us live via telephone from the city of Sderot in Israel. It is a pleasure to welcome you both to JM and the AM.
Good morning. It's a pleasure being with you.
Appreciate that very much. Rabbi Fendel, you have had, I have had the incredible privilege of seeing the yeshiva in Sderot with you and watching it grow over the years and see the growth, not only in terms of the spiritual growth, but in terms of the physical growth, the dormitories, the buildings, the community, the kollel couples. What's been going on in Sderot is simply remarkable, and many people would not believe that in a community that's that close to the border and a community that had been fired upon on a regular basis, that you're able to do what you have done in Sderot. Now another challenge, and I turn to you to remind this audience first and foremost what the city of Sderot went through on October the 7th on Shmini Atzeret Simchat Torah in Israel, and then tell us what's been happening since then.
I can't believe 3 years passed. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And what a difference between Simchat Torah 3 years ago and the way it was last year and the way it's going to be this year. Sderot became a center for all the youth. We had almost 10,000 young men and women dancing throughout Simchat Torah and Akafot Shniyot. It's really the place to be, just like Hebron, Chayesara, Simchat Torah, Sderot. And that day, for us, is a mini Purim. They sought to destroy, and they had over 150 terrorists who were waiting in the outskirts of the city for the command to go in, and miracles, they were thwarted away. We did have about 60 terrorists came in the town. My wife walked, very close and heard all the shooting. We had grandchildren at home. We had hundreds of guys in the Beit Midrash, and our boys thought to combat. And gone are the days that the Yeshiva guys do not know how to feed themselves. We're not Hebron 1929. These guys went with their uniform. The uniform means a white shirt, scissors flying, a yarmulke, and real ammunition. and we were the only big guns for a very good part of the day. And we had a lot to do, and we're very proud of it, and we brag about it. And when you bring people down, my wife and I, we jointly, and then you can really relive what happened in the footsteps of where the guys, my wife was walking and how close she was. And there was a lot of terror, but at the same time, there was a lot of heroism. One son helped really protect the yeshiva, commander in Golani, and then he had to go up north. And awesome stories of resilience and what went on Sderot. And they didn't let it. Sderot is a major day for the Nachum Segal Yeshiva of Sderot. It's a major day, Simchat Torah, because that's a day that we bombard the whole city, and we go from shul to shul, and we have them hopping.
Wow. Did you hear what Rabbi Fendel just said, folks? Did you hear what he said? You know how we associate the city of Hebron with Chayei Sarah, and to a degree they associate Beit El with Parshas Vayetze, I think it is, right? And there are other areas of Israel that try to highlight their community and what they do, depending on the calendar, depending on what Parsha or holiday it might be. Sderot has now become the destination. Sderot has now become the destination for Shmini Atzeret Simchat Torah. With all the celebration that Rabbi Fendel just described, and with the incredible spiritual highs that go on as all the celebrating and all the Simchat Torah events are going on in the city of Sderot. So that's the first thing. And in this, what Rabbi Fendel what you just said about the, how the boys responded, Sderot was an actual flashpoint, meaning there was a battle. There was a battle in Sderot that day, an actual battle. And there were losses, as we know. And yet you've been able to rebound. Rabbanit, could you explain that? Rabbanit, you were there on the spot. As the rabbi just said, you were an eyewitness to so much of it. Could you explain how a community, a relatively short time later, a yeshiva community can rebound the way it has?
I could only say it has a lot to do with our yeshiva, a lot to do with the resilience that we've been building over the years. Remember, we've had 23 years of Qassam missiles being thrown in our town.
Yep.
We are a city that has been defined as PTSD, like post-trauma syndrome, and we're all in it together. But it's that community spirit. It's the fact that our alumni and the Rabbanim in our yeshiva are also Rabbanim in the city's shuls, in all the communities around the city. And people know that we are the strength, the resilience. I've had people stop me in the streets. Thank God that we have a yeshiva. Thank God you guys are here reminding us who's running the world, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, who we have to think about, who, every bullet has its address, and we know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is there. And I've been at workshops, and people have just surprised me saying, the yeshiva families, the yeshiva, and we don't live in like a ghetto. We live all over the city, in all the neighborhoods, so it's really felt. That actual Simchat Torah, most people stayed at home.
Right.
My son actually went to tell his own wife to close the shutters and to lock the door, not to open up to anyone. And on the way, he went past a few different neighborhoods and told other people. He just knocked on doors and told people, don't answer the door, don't open to anyone, close. And that saved a lot of lives. We definitely know that Torah Magno Matzlah. And the movie that we show when people come to the yeshiva is about how our Bachrim went out, our alumni went out, the Rabbanit from our yeshiva went out. They were all with guns, or they were part of the first alert, first aid stations, saving lives, and we're very, very proud of it.
Amazing. Everybody out there in Sderot, they're going to make this upcoming Simchat Torah the best ever. And as you heard, they've already become the destination for Simchat Torah. Join the dance and join the campaign and help our friends in Sderot get to Simchat Torah with tremendous enthusiasm and financial support. You can go to Friends of Sderot, Sderot, Friends of Sderot, Sderot.org, friendsofsderot.org. The campaign will pop up front and center on the homepage, and I would hope that the listeners who are tuned in and those who are listening in the archives, I would hope that you'll contribute something, and this will actually kick off our Elul Chesed campaign for this year, NachumSegal.com/chesed. NachumSegal.com/chesed. Rabbi Fendel and Rabbanit Fendel are with us live from Sderot. We're speaking to them via telephone. Rabbi Fendel, it's 30 years now in terms of the yeshiva, the big anniversary, 30 years, Mazal Tov. You continue to build Torah in the city, and of course, as the Rabbanit said, it's all over the city. It's not just reserved to one little area around the yeshiva. It's everywhere, and people of all types, even those who never walk into the yeshiva, are so thankful that you're there. What I was so surprised to hear is that the mayor of Sderot and the deputy mayor of Sderot are actually graduates of the yeshiva. So tell us a little bit about forming leaders who end up becoming government leaders, who end up becoming IDF leaders, who end up becoming Torah leaders, who are graduates of the Sderot yeshiva.
When I walk into the municipality, it's almost like a reunion. When I walk into a high school, it's, the teachers and principals, everyone, they're graduates. It's the most beautiful feeling. And even when we walk into different lawyers and all sorts of professionals, right now something new is happening. There's no more Aza. I bring people up to the roof and I say, here's Aza. And then I say, oops, no longer. Used to be. Aza, Zichrona, Liklala. No longer. And that made it available that we could open up awesome development that we never did before. We're opening up an American program.
Wow.
So that's the one right now on the other line. One of the rabbis of the American program is calling me. That happens to be the second. We're going to have a nice small group, and we couldn't do that before because no one would come down to Sderot. We have a beautiful girls' school that you'll hear about from my wife. We opened up a high school, and that's starting its second year in memory of my father. It's called Meir Ladat. Beautiful enrollment, and in the yeshiva we have awesome enrollment. There's never been anything like it. We're talking about many, hundreds of guys, but that means that we're building a lot, and we can't do it ourselves. It's important that you know, and I think you remember, all the awesome expansion is a lot to do with generosity.
That's right.
Of American Jewry.
That's right.
And it can't be taken for granted. It's just something about the culture of American Orthodox Jewry that they become partners, and they came and they saw and they want to be part of it, and now we need their help. We have a goal of $500,000. We're nearing $200,000. If everyone that's listening joins this dance, first of all, it's a dual invitation. It's an invitation to a raffle. You never know. You may win. It's an invitation to come to Simchat Torah, and we'll find places for you guys to sleep. It's an invitation to come for a tour. But it's also an invitation to get on the computer and as generous as you could be and just send it out to WhatsApps and let's make it happen. It's not easy. It's a dream that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to involve everyone. I just wish we could have done it ourselves. But it's a mitzvah, she'i efshar. That you need, it has to be al yedei achirim. It's got to be done with a lot of people together. That's why we thank you for your generosity and for you hooking us up, because it's a beautiful place to see and to become part of. And it's when we expand in so many directions, the whole town rejoices with us. They see that there's so much traffic. There's young guys, there's girls, there's mixed marriages, and there's unbelievable. We're having about mixed marriages means the midrasha and the yeshiva, and we have almost 10 different shirei aleph in our main branch. You know what that means? 10 different classes. That means that the people in Israel, we're talking about Israelis, actually 9 and then 1 American class. Means the people in Israel see this as a major center of religious Zionist Torah education on a high level. Even where Zohar could have a Basha Weiss come and give Shir Klali, there's a lot of learning and loving, and the Simchat Torah becomes enhanced. But it means you becoming part, getting on the computer, and being generous. Everything adds up, and we can't do it without you.
Friendsofsderot.org, Friends of Sderot, Sderot.org. It'll be on our Chesed page, NachumSegal.com/Chesed for the Elul Chesed Campaign, and Rabbi and Rabbanit Fendel are with us live via telephone from Sderot. If you go to the page, by the way, friendsofsderot.org, and click on the campaign, you'll see that the raffle that Rabbi Fendel had just alluded to includes a grand prize of 2 round-trip tickets to Israel. Prizes a full room and board for Sderot for your family for Simchat Torah, which is amazing. And the handcrafted, very, very well-known Qassam Chanukah menorah from an actual Qassam rocket with a personal dedication from the yeshiva. There's 6 of those third prizes and 3 winners of the room and board for Simchat Torah in Sderot. And as we've been saying, that this is now the destination for Simchat Torah. One of the byproducts of everything that Sderot's been through is that now, because of what's been going on, this is the destination. Sderot, the city, the yeshiva, is the destination for Simchat Torah. And on top of that, I'm so glad to hear about this Anglo program, that we would not have known about this if Rabbi Fendel didn't mention it to this audience. Now they are welcoming American and Anglo students from around the world to Sderot to take advantage of their program, just like any other Hesder yeshiva around Israel invites Anglos, invites Americans to come and be part of the experience, and this is very significant and wonderful news. Rabbi Fendel also mentioned the Midrashah. Rabbanit, would you please give us a word about the Midrashah and how well it's doing and what effect it's having in the community, please?
It really is. We're going into our 10th year this year. We are going to be having 80 girls, maybe almost 100 girls this year. Girls that are coming either after high school or after 1 or 2 years of national service, and they are learning. They're delving into Torah. They're getting excited about Torah. Many of the Rabbanim that are teaching the girls are also the Rabbanim from the yeshiva. And that's what my husband said. It was a joke. Mixed marriages, we have a lot. We have about at least 20, 25 girls from the Midrashah over the years who have married boys from the yeshiva. They become Avrechim within the Kollel, and they see eye to eye because they've gone through the same beautiful Torah that the yeshiva serves, a Torah that's open, a Torah that connects, a Torah that could bring in Rav Asher Weiss, and then could bring in the pupil of Rav Avad Yosef, could bring in Rav Schechter, could bring in Rav Kook, could bring in all different Rabbanim from all different parts, because it's all Torah, it's MS. And that's what we give over to the boys and to the girls. I actually teach a class. We do some chavrusa learning. The girl really get involved in learning and thinking, and it's a very exciting program. We're building the future Torah Zionist leaders, also men, also women, and the mothers and fathers of the next generation.
Very important institutions. Very important institutions. The yeshiva, the Midrashah, everything that's being done by the Fendels and their wonderful staff and Kollel and everybody who takes a leadership role in the community. They are making a tremendous difference. And look what's happened to Sderot, a place that people had a thought in the back of their minds maybe to avoid because of all the rockets and the situation. Look what it's like 3 years after that disastrous day. It is flourishing. It is a destination now in Simchat Torah. The whole country wants to be in Sderot and participate in the Simchat Torah celebration, which is just remarkable, and having it right there in the Gaza envelope, so to speak, on the border of Gaza, so to speak, right there, where the enemy thought that they could infiltrate and, God forbid, destroy us, and just the opposite has happened now. 3 years later, the height of celebrating, the height of community, the height of yeshiva and Torah, it's all happening in Sderot, and I don't know. If you're a winner of the raffle, they'll take you from the U.S. They'll send you with 2 tickets to Israel and allow you to stay in Sderot for Simchat Torah. Very, very enticing. Go to friendsofsderot.org, friendsofsderot, SDEROT.org. I cannot recommend it highly enough. Friendsofsderot.org, SDEROT.org. I will ask for final comments as we've kicked off for our listeners, the Sderot campaign, and we've kicked off our Elul Chesed campaign. Let's get final words both from Rabbi and Rebbitzin, Rabbanit Fendel. Rabbanit, we'll start with you. Any final message this morning for everybody listening?
Yes, please. These girls do not have a campus, so I am talking about this campaign because many of the proceeds are going to go to build the girls a campus. Right now they're living in Sderot, in apartments all over the city, and they have to walk to some building on loan. So please join the dance. Be part of the raffle. Build Torah in Sderot. Strengthen the border city. And help us to strengthen Torah. A strong Sderot is a strong Israel.
Rabbi Fendel, final message for everyone this morning?
The Palestinians try to turn Sderot into a ghost town. We're not going to let them. We're turning into a capital of Torah and Zionism. They tried to destroy. They can't keep up with the pace of all the building that's going on. They tried to break our spirit. They didn't realize it's invincible, unbreakable. The sweet voice of Torah and singing is what permeates instead of the explosions of Qassam rockets. It can't be done without you. If you dedicate a parsha to the Sefer Torah, that's $5,000. An aliyah is $1,000. Less, more, everything adds up. We need your help. Just get on the computer if you can and help us. It's an act of confidence. It builds, it's an act of loyalty, partnership, and it's simply that it can't be done without you. When you help, it all adds up to building permanent buildings for generations of leadership and scholarship and learning and loving. And it's not so simple to get these guys to love Gemara, to get the girls to love to learn and to together build Torah homes in Sderot and all over the country. We need you. We're asking for your help.
Yeah, it's an act of encouragement. Let's encourage everybody in Sderot. We, of course, will be talking about this on a daily basis, as is our habit, for anything that's in our Elul Chesed campaign. So as people hear about this day after day, I hope they'll eventually, please God, sooner rather than later, make a commitment and participate in the campaign. Everybody out there, join the dance. Join the dance. Even if you're not able to be in Sderot for Simchat Torah to participate in the big circle and to dance with everybody, you'll have an opportunity to help sponsor and be part of the big dance as the big celebration goes on in Sderot. And now, as we said, Sderot is the destination. Sderot is associated with Simchat Torah, and we explained why, and it's for a very good reason. Join the dance now and be a part of the Sderot Simchat Torah. It's their response to October 7th, and we get an opportunity to participate. Friends of Sderot, SDEROT.org. Rabbi and Rabbanit Fendel, looking forward to seeing you in Aretz, please, God, and thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Yeshivat Hashem, thanks a lot.
Take care. Thank you.
A pleasure. More coming up. You're listening to a Wednesday morning edition of JM in the AM.